Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa, and I'm back to basically give you guys an update about my Pinterest progress. So, started the first phase where I found my niche and I decided to stick with a home decor. And now I'm moving into the next phase where it's finding a place to actually direct my traffic to. So, you can be great on Pinterest and try to grow a following, but it doesn't really make sense unless you're making use of the traffic that you're getting from Pinterest. Most of the time, I guess businesses actually direct them to their e-commerce sites. You can become like a verified merchant on Pinterest so that you can link items, create content and then post it on Pinterest, and you get outbound traffic from Pinterest straight to your e-com site. But yeah, I don't have an e-commerce store. I'm planning to go down the affiliate route. So because of that, I'm setting up a blog. And I decided to set up the blog using WordPress. So WordPress, basically, this is a very work in progress, basic WordPress blog that I've created just with beautiful images of some things that I love on Pinterest for now. But yeah, I basically chose WordPress because it's an open source software. So it's very easy for you to kind of take your hosting anywhere else. You're not kind of locked into WordPress if it no longer works for you in any of the paid plans. So this was the easiest setup for me to opt into. And this is also something that's recommended by most bloggers, Pinterest influencers out there. A lot of them have their sites built on WordPress. So, you have plugins where you can use to customize what you're trying to build. So there's just a lot more flexibility. It's affordable. And also, if you're kind of sick of it, you can take it elsewhere. You can kind of like, host it for $5 on Linode, etc. I'm not going to take you through my process of setting up a WordPress site because that really depends on how you want to go. Yeah, it's kind of like an individual thing because there's so many themes to choose from, so many different ways. Like there's lots of content out there that basically tells you how you can set up a WordPress site. Maybe in the future, when I find enough hacks, I'll make another video. But yeah, besides that, it's just trial and error. But what I will share is some of the plugins I found useful to start off with. Um, so yeah, basically, I was first looking for a lot of Pinterest related plugins to add to WordPress. To kind of like either pull in the Pinterest feed or also have like the sharing options. And these were two that came up most from my research. One is Be Pinterest feed, and the next one is called the GS plugins WordPress Pinterest plugins. But these two plugins only make sense once you actually have a full feed on Pinterest. As you can see, I'm starting out. I'm not in that phase yet. I'm currently, if you remember my progress from before, the first part was finding a niche. Check. Second part is actually setting up a blog. And eventually I'll be building up my Pinterest strategy and creating more pins. And then I will be able to blow up my Pinterest account. After that, I feel like these two plugins will become more useful. But yeah, it was good to know. It's good to know that they're there and yeah, very, they were heavily recommended by most influencers and content creators out there. So something to definitely keep in mind for later, and I'll do a video about it to see how useful these plugins actually are, because two of them kind of do almost the same thing. So I'm really excited to test them out like later down the process. And now I move on to some more general plugins that you should kind of have when you're setting up a WordPress site. So, for instance, Updraft. And these are all free plugins, by the way. I've not paid extra for any other plugins. I'm currently on the creator plan, which is because I'm in the Netherlands, it's 25, it's in euros. So yeah, it's 25 euros a month. So that's around 300 euros a year. And it basically gives me access to all the plugins, all the free plugins, because previously I was on the Explorer plan and I did not have access to plugins. And I have not been on WordPress for a while. Now, because I'm going through the process of becoming a Pinterest marketer and I had to build up my own blog because I had to re-engage with the WordPress, I was kind of uh, I didn't really know that they had these new pricing plans, and you can't just kind of like have a cheaper plan and access plugins. So the creator plan is the cheapest plan that you can be on, so that you can kind of access these free plugins. Of course, there are other plugins out there that you can pay for, but I'm kind of trying to focus on keeping my costs low and just testing out my Pinterest strategy. So that's not really my goal, unless I found a plugin that's really useful, and then I'll let you guys know. But for now, the free ones seem to, seem to play a part. I mean, seem to be working out just fine. So yeah, as I said before, I'm on the creator plan, and now I'm just going to show you a few of the plugins that are not directly Pinterest related. They're not Pinterest related, but they're basically good to have when you're starting up your WordPress site. So of course, everyone knows about Yoast SEO, so I have that installed. This is just so that you can it helps with optimizing your content, your blog post articles, so that you can have the right meta description title tags, and it gives you a little indicator whether or not you're SEO friendly enough. Of course, you also have to have Google Sidekick, so that it's very easy to then link your blog if you're choosing to host it on WordPress.com straight to your Google Analytics account. And once more, this will become more useful later down the line. When I start seeing my traffic sources, and I'll be able to get more data, so that I can see, yeah, where the outbound traffic from, if all the outbound traffic from my Pinterest account is going to my website, and yeah, just getting things set up on Google Analytics is just really important to kind of know what's going on in your blog as well. So definitely get that. Yeah, so that Yoast. You also have Elementor, which is something that is used to kind of help you organize, or sorry, visualize WordPress. So if you don't like WordPress, WordPress's like standard editor, you can kind of use Elementor, which makes drag and drop a lot easier. And this also depends on the kind of teams you're using. If you're buying a premium team, they might have their own editor, so Elementor is not really necessary. And to be honest, it's really a preference thing. I've not found it super useful yet, but I was recommended this, so I'm still playing around with it. Um, and yeah, so those are like the basic plugins that I think you should have, including Updraft, which I have opened up right here. So basically, it helps you restore your WordPress edit. So if you're switching with teams, between teams and stuff like that, it's just good to kind of have Updrafts so that you can go back to a previous version if you've kind of gotten lost in the sauce with all the teams that are out there. Another plugin is Grow, and your page just looks very ugly right now. But Grow is basically a social sharing tool. There's lots of other options out there as well. I think the most popular one is Social Warfare. They used to be, yeah, they're still called Social Warfare. However, it turns out that they had a cyber attack, which kind of made a lot of their data vulnerable. So a lot of people moved away from social share, and you can kind of see their ratings dip down to 3.3. So Grow seems to be a better alternative for that. So I'm keeping it on the safe side, and I'm sticking with Grow. And a lot of this information that I got about plugins actually came from a really uh, a Pinterest influencer that I personally know as well, and have worked with, and her name is Anastasia. So she has a really good video up about, the three must-have WordPress plugins that you could use, and she talks about the top three that she finds more important, but then she also shares five other plugins that, are good to have that can help you with increasing your traffic to your blog. So I highly recommend checking it out because it was super useful. That's how I found out about the social warfare situation, which was not cute. Um, and yeah, I think there's one more plugin I really want to share with you guys, which is Pinterest related. And I got this from a separate YouTube video, and it's called the Pin Generator. And what it does is, like, when you create a blog post, it actually helps you create pins from the images on your blog post. So if you're using any original images, it kind of like gives you the option to overlay, use these standard templates where you can overlay text, and then like with the image that you have, like the featured image of that blog post, and it then gives you the option in the bottom of your screen to share. So I'll show you how this works. The company is actually called Pin Generator, and you can also use them to kind of create your own pins. Like you can put in your website URL, and they'll sort of like look at the images on the website and try to create pins for you. So pins with text that would be good for your Pinterest profile. Right now, I don't have a lot on my website, as you know, it's a work in progress on my blog. So it hasn't given me many cute options, but I'm sort of liking this third pin generator. But yeah, I can show you how it works on the website itself. So this is my homepage, but if you go to the blog where I have one article, because like I said, it's a work in progress. And if you scroll down, ignore that first image. You know, it's not cute when you're trying to figure things out, but I hope to have a cuter site to share with you later on. But as you can see down here, this was created with pin generator, and it's created a pin for me that if I click on it, I can actually choose this pin to save on a board. So it makes sharing much more easier. And yeah, you have many different options to choose from. It takes all the images that are on your blog post. So it's a very convenient tool. And how it looks like on Pinterest, oh sorry, on WordPress is, let me just really quickly go to my pages and then you can see, oh sorry, not my pages, one second, my bad, bear with me. I'm just going to go to my posts, not my pages. And as you can see, I have it on the older setting, the view, so you can't actually see this in the default view. And this took me a while to figure out that because when I was installing this plugin, it, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why I was not able to see the pin generator option. But I think it's because it's only possible to see it in a classic view. So please first change that. I don't, yeah, so that you can actually have the option to generate these images. So what happens is you can basically change the text of the image and you can just click generate pin. And it'll just take whatever featured image that you've used for that specific blog post and create it into a pin with the sharing option to or posting option to post it on Pinterest. So this is like a really nifty plugin that I found super easy to sort of install and use for Pinterest. So I think it's going to be a staple moving forward for the blog post that I'm going to create and the content I'm going to create in order to kind of push that onto Pinterest as well. And it's also going to help me create content specifically, yeah, for Pinterest. I don't need to use Canva or any other platform. So let's see how useful this is further down the line. But yes, that is my update. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking more about the affiliate programs that I'm going to join and the application process because as I said, I'm going down the blogger route. So then I would need to have like an affiliate. Yeah, basically affiliate marketing should be done. So I should be kind of involved in some affiliate programs, and I'll keep you updated on what I do with that and share some nuggets of wisdom or hopefully or share my frustrations with the whole process. But yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.